I'm here with some of Mr. Caldwell's students, and they have some answers for you about middle school and middle school spectra. Friends, why don't you introduce yourselves?
I'm Reagan. I went to Henderson Elementary School.
I'm Katie. I went to Henderson Elementary School too.
I'm Jason, and I went to Central Elementary.
All right, well, nice to meet you guys. So some of the questions that the fifth graders had were about lockers, and do you use your lockers a lot, and are they difficult to get into?
I mean, they're not difficult to get into. As long as you get like within 3 numbers of it, they'll go in, and you'll use it, like you won't go there after every hour, because that's just, most of the time your schedule doesn't work out like that, just a couple times a day, like before you go home.
Go ahead.
I haven't had a locker since 6th grade, but even in 6th grade, whenever I did have a locker, I barely ever used it. Most of the time you can just carry most of your stuff with you. You don't have to. If you have a locker, you can drop it off, but it's easy to just carry it with you as well.
Awesome. How many classes do you have in one day?
7.
7 classes. And what's your favorite class?
Spectra.
Spectra. Not surprised to hear that. Tell me a little bit about your Spectra teacher, Mr. Caldwell. Is he nice or is he really strict?
He's so mean.
So mean.
He's super nice.
He's super nice. What are some of your favorite things that you do in Spectra class?
Every Friday we do brain teasers. So basically it's just extra credit every Friday. And then we do like challenge Fridays. So we do like a different challenge every Friday.
Okay, so you're 8th graders, right?
Yes.
What was your favorite unit in 6th, 7th, or 8th grade? If you had to choose one unit that you did in Spectra, which would be your favorite?
In 6th grade, we did the country project. You got to use a map of the earth and create your own country with your own resources and like your own flag and everything like that.
Cool. What about you?
Creating a country. We were kind of like in quarantine for the end of 6th grade, so that was our forensics unit. And from what I could tell last year while they were still in school, it looked pretty cool, but definitely the creating a country.
My favorite was the passion project, where we got to like choose basically a big, like any topic we wanted basically, and you got to do just giant project on it, and it was really fun.
Awesome. Do you have any advice for students starting 6th grade next year? Anything you think they need to know?
Just don't get stressed out. Just like a lot of people go. Whenever I was going into middle school, I was thinking like, oh gosh, I'm gonna have a lot of homework. It's not like terrible. Just keep like working, and it's fine.
Just turn your stuff in. Like, it's not, most of the stuff they grade on completion and effort, not accuracy. And most of it can be done in class. Like, the only time you'll have like math homework and stuff is if you don't get it done in class. And it's like never more than 20 minutes a day.
I'd say, if anything, don't fall behind, because, try and like stay on top of everything, because if you do fall behind, it gets hard to like get back up there, and you don't want to like be struggling to get with the rest of the class until the end of the quarter. So just make sure that you're like doing the homework that needs to get done each night, so that the next night you aren't doing double the work and you don't get that done. Just make sure you're keeping up with the class.
Awesome. You guys have been super helpful, and I'm so glad I got a chance to talk to you about middle school Spectra. Thank you. All right. I'm excited to hear your thoughts about middle school and middle school Spectra. Let's start with introducing ourselves.
My name is Andrew. I went to Henderson Elementary.
My name is Dominic. I went to Henderson Elementary.
My name is Haley. I also went to Henderson.
All right. Well, nice to meet all of you. So one of the things our 5th graders are wondering about is passing period. How long do you have to get to class, and is it difficult to get to class on time?
We have about 4 minutes for passing period. It's not too hard to get to class unless like your classes are on opposite sides of the building, but either way, teachers will understand
also
that.
depends on what you do. Like, don't take a whole lap around the school.
Yeah, just
Use
get where
the
you need to.
restroom. We're talking about you should take something.
So you'll have time if you use your time well.
Obviously.
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So what kind of things do you guys learn in middle school Spectra? Well, just everyone. We'll have everybody answer this one. That's just the bell. That's a common thing you hear in a middle school.
We do mock trials in 8th grade, so that's really fun.
And the 6th graders get to watch that usually. And we also do on every Friday we have brain games.
Yeah, like a challenge day.
Yeah.
We complete puzzles and do some sort of in-class activity.
And you have a lot more freedom than other classes because you get to be more creative.
I know if the curriculum is the same as it was in our 6th grade, then you will be doing, you get to make your own like state thing, which is pretty fun. Actually, your own country actually is the name for it. So that was fun.
And you got like-minded people who are all in the same class as you.
Mm-hmm.
You most likely get along.
Awesome. Yeah, that's similar to elementary school, right? Like it's your same buddies,
Yeah.
but also friends from other elementary schools.
Yeah.
Very cool. So in middle school, in general, outside of Spectra, like what is there to look forward to in middle school? Like what's the best part about middle school?
I really like being able to have like different friends in each class, so I can see them like all throughout the day.
You get a lot more freedom, and teachers are less strict. The food gets better.
Oh yeah, by far.
That's important to know.
Yeah, definitely. It's the same with me. Having that new sense of freedom is a lot better than it was in elementary, and it's kind of refreshing once you get to middle school.
And no walking in lines.
Oh,
either.
no walking in lines.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. These were really great answers, and it was so nice getting to know you all. I am here with some of Mr. Pearson's students, and they are excited to introduce themselves to you and answer some questions that you have about Mr. Pearson and Bryan Middle School.
I'm Natalie.
I'm Haley.
And I'm Annika.
Where did you go to elementary school?
I went to Central.
I went to Cosley.
And I went to Independence.
You want to give a shout out to your teacher real quick? Give him a wave. Those 5th grade teachers are happy to see you so tall. Okay, so the kids are dying to know more about Mr. Pearson. Can you tell me about him?
Oh, he's the worst. No, he's super nice. Like, he's very laid back and
Yeah.
like a kid.
He's very chill.
He's also like really good at building relationships with students so that like everyone feels like they know him.
Awesome. Well, what do you guys like doing in his class? Like, what are your favorite things you do in class?
A lot of it.
I really liked the life unit last year. That was fun.
Yeah. And in 6th grade, we like made our own countries, and that was really
yeah.
cool.
Really
So we got to
fun.
like set up a ton of stuff.
And what we're
Make
doing
our
right
own
now, like
flags.
the mock trial, is very interesting.
Awesome. Well, some of the elementary kids were wondering how lunch is. Like, is it gross, good? What do you think?
I think it's better than elementary school lunch.
I think it's really similar, but like there are a lot better things.
There's more options.
There's like
There's
more
bread.
They have a lot more options
Like
every
bread.
day, so you can kind of like go through the line and choose what you want, and you get to choose like how much of stuff you want.
Yeah, and they have like all the snacks you can buy, like however much you want.
And there's smoothie king.
Yay, Smoothie King. All right. Well, thanks so much for your time, and thanks for sharing your input. All right, guys, these are some of Mr. Pearson's students, and they're going to tell us about other electives at middle school besides Spectra. Let's start by hearing your names.
I'm Joel.
I'm Will.
I'm Elise.
All right, so Will, let's start with you. Do you take a foreign language?
I take French.
Is that the only choice that middle schoolers have for foreign language?
No, you could take German, Spanish, or French.
Okay, and what grade do you have to be in to take a foreign language?
8th grade. Though there is world cultures and world languages for 6th and 7th that briefly go over all 3 of the languages.
Awesome. Now, what about classes like FACS and SHOP? Do you guys have those types of classes at Bryan?
Of course. Some of my favorites were woodshop and ITD. I'm pretty sure you all know what woodshop is. You get to make different things out of wood, and it's really cool. And then ITD, you get to learn special computer skills like typing and some basic programming. And I'm pretty sure now you get to do some stuff with the BBC Micro.
Neat. That's really cool. I did not get to do those things in middle school. So what if I was a fine arts kid? Like, what if I wanted to do choir or art or band? Are those things available?
Yes, they very much am. I am in band. I don't do art, but I have seen art is very fun, and I always hear the choir whenever I'm in band, and like when I have early rehearsals. But we have jazz band for 7th graders and 8th graders, or 6th graders who can like play piano or guitar, and those are like in the morning, and you get to perform. And then there's also concert band, which you start out by you pick an instrument at a certain band night, and then you learn that instrument over the course of 3 years, and then you can like try out for honor bands and stuff.
Awesome. What instrument do you play?
I play the French horn, and my jazz instrument is the electric bass.
Oh, cool. Really cool. Hey guys, thanks. That was really helpful. You guys love Middle School Spectra?
Yeah.
Yes.
What advice do you have to the 5th graders coming to middle school next year?
Have fun.
Don't break the rules.
Yeah, really don't. But if you get Mr. Pearson, watch out for Whistle.
Okay, well, thanks so much. All right, so I have some friends here from Bryan Middle School. They're going to introduce themselves, and they're going to let you know about homework, the lockers, and they're going to tell you about after-school activities.
I'm Payne and I went to Cosley. I'm Nina and I went to Independence.
I'm Roman and I also went to Independence.
Payne, what about homework? Is there so much in middle school?
There's not a whole lot, but like if you're slacking in class, of course there's going to be homework, obviously. But most of my teachers never really gave me too much homework.
Okay. What about the lockers? Some of the elementary kids are wondering about like using the locks. Is it tough to get in and out of them? And do you use your lockers a lot?
Well, nowadays, because of COVID, everyone can carry their backpacks around, so I don't have a locker, but they're very useful because you can don't have to carry around your backpack all the time. And the locks, at first, they're going to be really difficult, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy.
Okay. And then after school activities, are there things to do outside of the school day at Bryan?
Yeah, so after school there's different activities such as robotics, there's FCA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, there's Stuco, and there's a whole bunch of jazz band type opportunities that you can take to have something to do outside of school after or before the school day starts.
Cool. And what do you guys like about Middle School Spectra?
It's completely amazing. Mr. Pearson's really amazing. He's so nice, so funny. He's just an incredible teacher.
Awesome.
It's the freedom because he kind of just lets us do whatever, but we do what we're supposed to be doing, but there's not a lot of do this or you'll be in detention.
Got a little bit of leeway in how you create your products. Cool. And what else?
Yeah, we have a lesson plan, and we kind of get to be able to make our own decisions in how we complete something, and we have a little bit more responsibility in how we're supposed to complete something.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, 5th graders, I'm with Miss Whitmiss's, some of Miss Whitmiss's 6th grade students. Can you guys wave to the camera? And they're going to tell us their name, and then they're going to tell us some things about middle school.
I'm Nandana, also known as Nandu.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm Madeline,
Audrey,
Riley, Chloe.
All right, nice to meet all of you guys. So the middle schoolers want to know about middle school schedules. Is it hard to memorize your schedule, and is it difficult to get around the building?
Well, it takes a day or maybe a week to get your schedule, to know exactly where your classes are. But it's really not that hard once you get to know it. And it just depends, what hallway you're in. Because there could be people walking around, and it's hard to get through a big bunch of people. So
Sometimes the hallways get crowded.
yeah, but if it's pretty empty where you are, it's really not that hard.
Okay, so you didn't have a hard time memorizing it, huh? Not after the first week. What's your favorite class, guys? Spectra?
Yeah.
Spectra all around. What's your second favorite class?
Pre-algebra and band.
Pre-algebra.
I did in that field tech last quarter, so probably that.
ELA?
I like pre-algebra. I like pre-algebra.
Awesome. Does anybody here take art class?
Yes.
Hey, could you tell us a little bit about art class?
So in art class, when you start, you're just doing basic forms and shapes, learning how volume, scale is. But then I think once you do more, you'll get more complex things because we're not too far in the quarter, so I don't really know yet, but I think it gets harder.
That's awesome. It's a lot different from elementary art.
Not really. It's kind of similar, just different teacher and different people.
Nice. What about band? Anybody take band?
I do, so you get to choose what instrument you want before school starts, and based off of what instrument you choose, you get to put into an hour. So I played the clarinet, and I take class with the woodwinds, which are the clarinets and the flutes. And it's really chaotic sometimes, especially because of the loudness. And but it's overall a really fun class, and it's just really nice. The teachers are nice too.
Sounds fun. It sounds awesome to learn a new instrument and to get to choose it. What's the difference between elementary school and middle school? What's a middle school perk that you don't get at elementary school?
You don't have to walk single file. You don't have to walk slow. You're not in the same class all day, and you're not with the same kids all day.
So it's a lot different, huh?
Kinda.
Yeah? You still get to see a lot of your friends from elementary school?
Yeah.
Good.
Probably have like at least a class.
Is it exciting making new friends in Spectra in middle school?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I hear that some of you went to Daniel Boone. You guys want to wave to Miss Heslin? I'm sure she's watching. And then John Weldon? Yeah? Who was your teacher at John Weldon?
My 5th grade teacher was Miss Smith. She's a 1st grade teacher now at the same school, but
Yeah?
she was 5th grade that year.
Awesome. And then what about you guys? Where'd you guys go?
Warren.
Warren, you want to say hi to Miss Kelly? Well, thanks so much, guys, for the time and for the interview. It was so informative, and I'm so glad I got to talk to you today. So some of the 5th graders had some questions that they wanted to ask our middle school Spectra teachers and middle school Spectra students. And the first thing they want to know is, what is Miss T like?
She is obsessed with Disney. She's a really great teacher. She's very kind and very nice, very happy often.
She sponsors the robotics club, which is the best.
Oh, robotics. Awesome. So they can join robotics here at school? Awesome.
Yeah, I'm in it.
Awesome. You like being in robotics? Yes. Cool. Cool. What do you guys like? So what do you like about middle school Spectra?
Our 6th grade country projects were really fun, but also just being in Spectra with other kids that think like you is pretty amazing too. It's also pretty fun. Every week on Friday we have a little challenge that's called the Mensa Quad and Tag, which is brain puzzles, which are pretty fun to do.
In Spectra, most people know each other, so it's a fun place to be. You get your fun zone.
Awesome. Awesome. So more serious topic. Some of the 5th graders are worried about bullying. Is that a problem here at Barnwell?
No.
Never seen anyone bullied. Yeah, I've never seen anyone being bullied, and if you do get bullied, there's plenty of teachers that you could talk to, or you could tell any trusted adult.
Okay, so the 7th and 8th graders don't pick on the 6th grade?
No.
Okay. We saw some of that in some Disney shows, so we were wondering. Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. It was so nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm here with Miss Flood's, some of Miss Flood's 8th graders. Friends, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Vanessa. Hi, I'm Eleanor.
Hi, I'm Julian.
Hi, I'm Morgan.
Okay, well, thank you guys for volunteering to answer some questions for us. We want to know, tell us about Miss Flood. We want to know more about Miss Flood. What's she like?
Oh, Miss Flood, she's one of my favorite teachers. She's really positive and she gives off a lot of good energy.
Yeah, I agree. She's definitely my favorite teacher, and she makes everything personable, so it's not just your regular class.
She's very nice, definitely easy to relate to, and she helps you out with everything.
Especially since you know her for so long, because if you take her class for 3 years, you get to know her really well, and you're able to joke around with her more like your friends than a teacher.
What happens in Miss Flood class that you like so much? What sets it apart from other classes in middle school?
In Miss Flood's class, we do a lot of things to challenge ourselves that maybe you won't do in other classes.
Yeah, it's less writing and math and all that, and more about creativity and seeing what you can come up with, so that sets it apart from other classes.
You really get to work with friends and stuff, and every once in a while to be able to solve different problems and stuff, and it really feels good.
Yeah, you get to do a lot of brain teaser type stuff and a lot of really fun units that you don't get to do in normal classes.
Awesome, that sounds great. Well, thank you for telling us about middle school Spectra. We're wondering about middle school overall. Is middle school hard? Is it hard to make friends in middle school?
Well, at first it can be kind of difficult because you're in a new school and there's new people, because
from all different schools. It's not just from your old elementary school. But once you get used to those people, it becomes really easy.
Yeah, you get to make a lot of friends that will be with you through the years.
You don't even like think about it anymore. Like I don't remember my first day at all. So
I mean, everybody's new, so you're all wondering the same thing, worried if you're gonna make friends. So it's all gonna be fine.
Awesome. Can you guys tell me anything about the lunchroom?
It's you get to I went to Warren, so in Warren you have to sit with your class. Since we change classes in middle school, you get to choose where you sit. So if you have friends in your lunch hour, you can sit with them.
Yeah, that's really nice.
There's definitely a lot of time to socialize with friends.
Yeah.
During the lunchtime, there's a lot of time to socialize with friends?
Yeah.
Cool. How's the food?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Better than
Better than elementary.
They have really good packages of apples.
I love the apples.
They have more options. Like they have regular things that are every day, and then they always have a special that changes every day. So you get a variety.
Like they always have pizza and nachos
Like
and
tacos and that kind of stuff, and like hamburgers and chicken patties.
Yeah.
They always have those.
You guys are making me hungry. Do you have anything you want to say to your 5th grade Spectra teacher?
Hi, Miss
Kelly.
Kelly. We miss you.
We miss you.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the interview.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the village, the peaceful village, the lion sleeps tonight. In the village, the quiet village, the lion